Well, hello. Thank you for clicking. Thank you for showing up today. My name is Stephanie, and I am an alcoholic. It's been 4.5 years since I've touched the sauce. And by the grace of God and Alcoholics Anonymous, this atheist right here found a higher power and was able to stop drinking. I'm excited today because it's my 44th natal birthday, and I do have 4.5 years in AA. So I feel 4.5 years old as well as 44 on the same day. And today, a podcast interview dropped on YouTube on the channel Sober Strong with Meghan hosting and her husband editing. They're a great team. And I found her on YouTube after making my channel. I reached out, she reached back, and then I was interviewed and she dropped that video today. So if you want to head over to Sober Strong, if that's not where you came from, check out that video, subscribe to her channel, and support her because she's doing the work. And I'm really impressed with her. And I just really want to thank her. Thank you to all the new subscribers. I really appreciate your support. On to where we left off. Step 4. Basically, getting sober means you got to look at all the stuff that you did and all the stuff that you hate and all the stuff that you don't want to think about. We got to write that down on our step 4 chart, like we learned last video. And mine is not a piece of paper, mine's a whole book of resentments, assets, and liabilities. So those go hand in hand. While I'm writing down my resentments, the cause of them, how they affect me, my role in them, and the solution, as I'm writing those down, I am also making a list of my assets and liabilities, the things about my character and my personality that make me good and the things that make me not so good. And I have this tiny little placard thing that, we love these little tiny cards and bookmarks and stuff in AA because they help keep us grounded and remind us of the things we want to remember. And it's a daily moral inventory, basically. So that's why step 4 is a searching and fearless moral inventory. So on here, it gives you options because it's hard to come up with these words sometimes. So liabilities: watch for anger, self-pity, self-justification, self-importance, self-condemnation, dishonesty, impatience, hate, resentment, false pride, etc., etc. And then assets: strive for self-control, self-forgiveness, integrity, modesty, self-esteem, honesty, patience, love, etc. So this helps me on a daily basis if I want to write down things I'm having trouble with that day, my strengths, my weaknesses, my assets, my liabilities. By writing these things down and then reading them to someone, saying them out loud, I really solidify my ownership of these personality traits that I can't ignore, I can't run from, and I can't drink over. So, step 4, we're writing down a lot of this stuff and we're going to review it again later. I'm going to go get some water right now because it's extremely hot outside and the AC is turned off because of sound. I'll be right back. This is your gentle reminder to get a drink of water, grab a snack if you need it, use the restroom if you need it, stop to smell the roses, and give yourself a hug. You're loved. The key is to put things in place that replace that bad thing. So I need you guys to find things in your life that you can replace drinking with. For me, I make sure and I turn to a drink I like. I never use non-alcoholic beverages because I didn't want to tempt my taste buds, But I do like having my own drink, a coffee, a yerba mate tea, something that I can make my own. It can fill my hand and I can sip on it in place of that glass of wine I would have at whatever time of day. We are habitual creatures, and it's important for us to do this for ourselves. If it means you're starting to chew gum, if it means you buy one of those pieces of jewelry that's a chew toy for an adult, there are things that we can do to employ in our lives to help ourselves be more successful. We're going to set ourselves up for success. For example, I had to navigate a career that gave me boundaries because my last career had none. That is me setting myself up for success. I did not get a job at a bar as a bartender That would be me setting myself up for failure. So, as you see, every life choice is basically a cognitive behavioral choice towards happiness or depression. And we want to keep that going up, that happiness going up to a point where you're just at peace. You're not joyful all the time, but you're never in the depths where you feel like you want to die. That's our goal, right in the middle. So I'm going to take a break, get some water, and then when I come back, I'm going to tell you a crazy story about a comedian named Eddie Griffin and my foray into Hollywood. I'll be right back. My little sexual assault, celebrity gossip. One of the ones I can share safely is from 2006, Mr. Eddie Griffin, the comedian. Yes, I encountered him at the Comedy Store because I got a job there as a bartender waitress, and it was my first shift. Mr. Eddie Griffin came over to me and he said, "Who are you?" And I said, "I'm the new waitress bartender." And he said, "You don't look like you work here." And I said, "Well, I do." And he said, "Well, you got a sweet ass." And he proceeded to slap my bum, slap my booty extremely hard, in which it stung for about 10 seconds. And then he walked away. But there was no one to tell. They don't have human resources department at the Comedy Store. There wasn't even a manager on duty. I was the only one there with him and some rando person way off in another area. So, that's just one of the many things that just happen around Hollywood. That was after my manager told me to get a boob job and call him back later. Yeah, 2006 is not too far from the way it is now. Please protect yourselves, ladies and men and non binary humans. It's tough out there, and it doesn't really matter what your sexual orientation is or your gender. You're easily abused if you come from abuse. We tend to be vulnerable and we tend to put ourselves accidentally in situations where we're able to be taken advantage of really easily. So take it from me, protect your heart, protect your soul, find a job that doesn't put you at risk, and be honest with yourselves today if you can. It's really important to take time to play, cry if you need to, and self care. Self care includes flossing your teeth, brushing your teeth, eating healthy meals, and feeding your spiritual garden. My spiritual garden includes journaling, a lot of this step 4 stuff, also a lot of gardening and exercise. I really feel spiritual when I'm with the earth. So good luck in finding your spiritual connection today. Please leave a comment if you have something to say. Reach out and say hello in the comments if you can. I really appreciate your guys' support and this online space for us to support each other in this very difficult journey called life without getting messed up in the process. I'll leave you with an image of my fun t-shirt. And then I'll check you guys later. Keep smiling. No drinking. Namaste.